We had a great visit with Nick and Dan Argenziano from New Jersey. You're watching some clips from the assessment rounds with Nick and Dan. Obviously, when you're making an assessment, you want to watch the player hit in a natural setting. Also, when making a true assessment of a player, we can get a more accurate and valid assessment when recreate the natural visual demand the hitter is going to be responsible to see and react to, and this comes when a pitcher is pitching batting practice, not throwing batting practice. When the guys came in, we spent 2 strong sessions together. Both of these guys have brilliant minds. They were both able to take in a lot of information, and that's exactly what we did. We poured, we showered, we inundated them with a lot of hitting information in regards to hitting perception, hitting timing, hitting models, hitting deceleration patterns, understanding spaces, thorough explanations of understanding how you come off the pitcher, how to use the pitcher's common denominator to time your eyes to a predetermined space. We shared in-depth analysis of how to think faster than the ball is moving. We talked about understanding how we need to intelligently identify predetermined spaces. That means while my eyes are looking at something, part of my brain is in another space. For example, a golfer making a 10-foot putt. When the golfer looks at the golf cup and then looks back at the ball, when he goes to putt the ball, he just doesn't forget where the cup is. The space the cup is occupying is remembered in the back of the golfer's brain. Likewise, when we're hitting, we have to understand where the ball is now and where is the ball going to be next. For decades, sports science has validated that hitters don't actually see the ball out of the pitcher's hand. So, where do the hitters see the flight path of the ball? To the hitter's eyes and brain, where does the white streak begin? It was soon after the assessment rounds with Nick and Dan that we immediately brought up the topic of hitting tempo. Jesus Christ has wired and built hitters to move certain ways. The tempo and pace that you move as a hitter is going to influence your hitting perception. The hitter's hitting tempo has to align with how you are naturally wired, what is your natural athletic disposition to move. Hitting tempo is a priority that sets the foundation for the rest of the rules that deal with hitting perception. Next, inside the rules of hitting perception, how do we use the visual signal that we call the pitcher's common denominator?
When you know that common denominator, right, it simplifies the timing of the vision.
When you know that common denominator, it simplifies timing the vision.
As soon as I can see the ball, if you really watch hitters, as soon as I can spot the ball, when they're hitting well, when I spot it instantly, they start doing this. They're processing as they're looking down into point B. Now it has more meaning when you say, where does my eye go next? Where does my eye go next? How do you get to point A? If it's a real pattern, it's a real technique.
How the batter comes off the pitcher to pick up the ball is a real technique.
Or hey, control your hip, control your knee, control your foot, control the elbow, shoulders. You think about that left eye and put it in position at the right moment. Put it in position at the right moment.
Getting the eye into position at the right place at the right moment is a very delicate process. A lot of times, elite hitters are just born with this knack. They know how to do it consistently. And in interviews, all they tell the reporters is, I don't know, I just see it and I just hit it. And to neuroscientists, these elite hitters are more athletically intelligent than the average or mediocre hitters.
That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. You got your eye in position in the right space at the right moment. You got your eye in position in the right space at the right moment. That's the technique you want to master, learn, hone in, and practice. I mean, don't take it for granted. How does a moving ball get on a swinging bat? See the image of the ball quickly in its path. Now I have more time to process the end of the path. That's how a moving ball turns back. Mechanics, they do help, they aid, but it's not the motor. This is the motor. Now listen carefully. What is controlling the camera? Your eyes. The eyes of the camera. What's controlling it? Pin it down so well, I got it. It just happens though. And then somewhere it starts to drift away. but I don't know what I have. But when you can put your finger on it and you descriptively write what it is, hey, you get a pitch right down the middle, right, and you hit foul ball behind the concession stand. Like, oh, I got it. I was damaged. I can fix it right now. I got 10 seconds to fix it. Rather than stepping out and doing this and stay through it. That's not the answer. The answer is in your brain, controlling the eye, to get this image of this ball. Follow me? So I can process it. Awesome.
So this is the real question. How does the moving ball land on a swinging bat? It's the use of perception. It's the brain using the eyes to read the information about the ball. All sports that include a rapid moving object, the athlete has to rely on his or her perception. So why did Nick just pop up this pitch? Why did Nick have a panic swing?
That's what it feels like when you get ambushed. Yep. That's what it feels like for a split second. Whatever it was, you got distracted. You were not thinking about where my eye goes next. But every time you get stuck watching me too long. You got stuck watching me too long. That's all it was. It wasn't a swing issue. Tell me?
Watch Dan here scorch this very low pitch. The reason he can do this is because his brain is moving faster than the ball's moving from space to space. Now here, Dan hits a ground ball. Why?
So when you mess up, it's usually because of this. You have two mistakes. Usually mistakes are on point A, right? You get stuck watching a picture too long, right? Or not A and B. Live, breathe inside of A to B. A to B. There is no C. I don't care about that. I'm so fixated on the path. I'm fixated on the start of the path and the end of the path.
You see, when it comes to hitting, there's an acceleration phase and deceleration phase. In the acceleration phase with sports that have rapid moving objects, we need to pay attention to that object. During the acceleration phase, where does the object start? Where does the object end? Swing mechanics are vitally important, but guess what? We can fix and adjust all swing mechanical flaws on the deceleration side of the swing. I'm Dave Kirilloff with thelanguageofhitting.com and the Kirilloff Baseball School in Anna, Texas. I strongly recommend that you get our online hitting course and immediately start learning about hitting perception. Invite me to come to work with your players in your hometown or come visit us at our facility in Anna, Texas.